with Robert Reese. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Gig economy. Robert Reese. News channel. Gig economy. News channel. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. 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 Hey. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. Hot facts. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Gig economy. News channel. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Sit back, relax, and listen. Come on. Get these hot facts. K-Reese 007 for hot facts with Robert Reese. Thank you for tuning in. What's up, every single person out there? Welcome to Hot Facts with Robert Reese. We have a great one today. I thought that I want to go ahead and do something Hot Facts. TFT says Hot Facts all day, every day. This is my deputy, people. I thought today would be the greatest day of all time to rewind the clock. Because for those of you who do not know, first of all, let's go ahead and make sure you all heard Hot Facts, but I'll do a station identification just to start it off. You are watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Hot Facts is much more than a brand. It is the truth behind what you stand for. Okay? Woo! We got a good one today. For those of you who don't know, who are joining in the gig world, I know there are a few people, and check this out. I said some James Gype yesterday. He came on in and did his thing. A few new people who are doing gig content went over there, and I saw that they were over there, and I said, hey, and then we hooked up, people. That's how it works. You meet people in your communities, you do all this other stuff, and things can happen for you. But I just want to give people a background of my gig work. For those of you who do not know, I have been doing my gig work since 2015. 4 years before the pandemic, and going into what the post-pandemic is going to be, to how it was when it was all the way normal, when everything was regular, when we went to go do deliveries and we did not make sure forks and stuff was all the way there, we were not going to get any tips at all. Everything was about your service while doing these things and making it happen. And I do know that there are a lot of people who are signing up now because the pandemic thing they were contemplating on, and now they want to go ahead and give it a go. But one thing for sure is what I can do is the pandemic is pretty much over unless we are, well, first of all, we're going into a cold season right now, which means that there's going to be a lot of sickness going on, which means we can be shut down one more time. I'm just going to keep that out in the air and open so everyone knows that I also think too. All right. But I will say this, before the pandemic, people, your business and what you said you were going to do for your business, you all the way did that. Everyone that joined in during the pandemic time, everyone was forced to be at home and they hiked up all the prices. They did all these other things. And we have a whole lot of people that were spoiled during that time. Now that is getting close to being to what it once was before they even started, they don't know what they're talking about when they are talking about certain things. So I said, hey, since we are going into this next phase to where it's going to become normal again, because once again, I've been doing this since 2015. I did not start off with rideshare. I started off with Postmates and doing best deliveries before I even got into DoorDash and Uber Eats. Okay. I've been doing it from the jump. So there's a lot of things that I know and how to handle customers and merchants and what you should do, because before the pandemic came, these are the things that we had to absolutely do to make it, to make yours, that you are making more than the next person. There was no Prop 22. There was no anything. It was all about you. That's all I do still. That's all I do still. But we have new people. We have people that have joined in. Well, first of all, we have new people who are driving right now who they don't know anything and they are following someone on YouTube. They're following people in their area that follow someone on YouTube, and they use that person's advice to go ahead and give to someone else. So it seems like they are really good too. But all that stuff is washed. We got people who don't even know and they want to drive. We got people that want to understand because they're thinking about doing their own business and they've never done it before. So when you do the gig work, you can absolutely work for yourself and you can work on your own skills for whatever business you are trying to do yourself. But you work on this with this because this is the contract that you signed, so you can go ahead and make it happen for yourself. Now we got to go back to the basics. I mean, all the way back to the basics. And going back to the basics means this. Okay, before you even want to drive, what makes you want to drive? Okay, now check this out. Today is a very, very different live. I want advice from every single, because check this out. Everyone can learn from everyone, right? So we are going to have this live for anyone that wants to drive, who's thinking about it, who doesn't know really anything about, but they really want to learn. I'm going to put the link up right now. Let's go ahead and get this out the way. I'm going to put the link up right now so we can open it up so people can teach other people about what the do's and don'ts are. But here's the thing. I'm going to start it off with, okay? I'm going to start this whole thing off with your visibility. I'm going to start this thing off with equipment. I'm going to start this thing off all the way there. The link is open for anyone who thinks that they have something valuable to say to someone else out there that may be listening. Today's live has nothing to do with whatever. I do the news, and today's news is we are going to help people get in and understand what they should be doing when they get into this job. We will be talking about everything, okay? We're going to be talking about every single thing. I don't care what market you are in. Someone may see your face and you will say that I work there, and they're going to say, hey, you know what? Let me tune into that person's channel because I'm over there. I want people to get information and learn how to do it for themselves, not to get in to lose money and say, well, I should have been watching this a long time ago. Well, we will cut through every single thing right now. so you can figure out when you want to jump in, what you want to do, and everything else. Okay. And I'm going to put up a video that's going to vouch for me right now on what I am talking about. So let's hit mute, and I'm going to vouch, and I'm going to put the video up that vouches for me right now, which lets you guys know that I know what I'm talking about.
I want to start with Robert. You have a different approach to taking orders and how you work these platforms. And maybe I should preface this a little bit more here with Robert does a thing that many of you might not be familiar with. It's called awesome customer service. And I'm only familiar with that because I've worked in the bars here tonight that I'm already seeing in the chat. We'll shout out some of those here in a little bit, but I'm already seeing people in here who do understand the gig, who do understand this is a service industry job. But Robert is constantly out there proving that tips will the no trip tips or the no tip trips can be worth taking. Earn the tip. Am I wording that wrong, or am I phrasing that in a way that you can play off that?
I can play off anything. It's basketball, man. I got a right hand and a left hand. So I just have to play that because the gig economy has to know that I've been doing it, like I said, since 2015. And when I hit the scene, these people have never seen what I do. And I just have to let other people, and you guys all know Hannibal, Kim Side Money Plans. You guys all know Gary Middleton there. I was on there, and Pedro also jumped in a little bit later, and then he hopped right back out. There's another thing in there where you guys can go back and watch that. That's actually on the Rideshare Rodeo. Go back and check it out. It has some great stuff, but I just have to put that up because most of the gig world follows in that bubble there, and that bubble, this is what they have said about me. No one knows when it switched, or when it went opposite, or when you should stop learning from what I am teaching. But I had to play that just so everyone else out there knows that what I say is factual. In that realm also, when he said he does something that's called awesome customer service, they all laughed. You know why? Because I came in during this whole pandemic thing with them, and no tip, no trip. But what he did say was he is constantly proving that you can make the most out of the no tip, no trip offers. Because most people, and that's why I do these studies to show you that you can actually do it, and most people prefer to wait till the job is done. But this was before, people, I even had 1,000 subs. So this was before I had 500 subs. That was when Hot Facts with Robert Reese was marching, and everyone was watching and cheering and saying good job. But once they saw that, dang, he actually does this every day, we're going to put a stop to that. It clouded the whole gig game. And now we got to get back to the basics, because everything that they tried to cloud are things that new drivers should be learning so that they can make the most. And every driver should know how to make the most. We're going to first start off. All right. And the link is there for anyone to click in to add your value, because everyone should be learning. Number one thing is, why do you want to drive? All right. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, Uber and Uber Eats just put up there's a video that we all have to watch. It's a 10-minute video. There's 5 questions there. You answer the questions, and then you are okay to drive right after that. So just go ahead and check your inbox. But the very first thing is, why do you want to drive? Why do you want to drive? What is it about your current job that makes you want to drive? Okay, that's the number one thing. Okay, why do you want to drive? Number 2, what do you want to drive? Meaning, what type of courier do you want to be? This is where we have to break down the individuals with the people. Every app is not for everyone. Everyone normally starts off with the food thing. All right. No problem there. But what exactly makes you want to drive? What job were you doing before you said, you know what, I want to try that? Were you in construction? Were you a nurse? Were you someone that was a dental assistant? Did you go to college and then stop going to college after your financial aid ran out? Are you living with roommates and they're forcing you to get a job? You have to figure out what is making you want to drive and what do you want to do when you drive. We have food, we have medicine, we have labor. As far as hardware, you can transport and drop off anything. We have groceries, we have pharmacy, we have everything, right? So now you got to figure out, what do you want to drive? All right. Once you figure out what it is that you are going to drive, all right, you figure out what that is, and hopefully you guys have all made the right decision for you, not no one else, for you. We make sure you make the right decision for you, okay? We'll start off with some people. We'll start off with rideshare, driving people around. What's up, DoorDash Revolution? We'll start off with rideshare. I have done rideshare. I've done 190 rides on Uber, and all of my other just about 1,000 rides were all on Lyft. I did Lyft first because when I was a passenger, I used to use Lyft, and Lyft was cheaper than Uber. Okay. So I was driving Postmates and doing Lyft instead of doing Uber and Uber Eats and then the other stuff. So I started off doing Postmates. Then I went into Best Deliveries, which is another delivery service here in our metropolitan areas. Santa Monica, Hollywood. It's in Orange County. It's in Long Beach and San Diego. It is not Northern Cali yet. But I was doing that also. What a really great app that is. Best Deliveries, Get Swift. If you are in Southern California in any of those markets, I suggest you guys go ahead and type that up in your search engine, sign up, and you will see that you are going to make a killing. Okay. And everything goes on that. And you can pick like it's a one first come, first serve on Walmart Spark. All right. So some people start off on rideshare. Like I said, I started off with Postmates and I did Lyft. Okay. I'll start off with Postmates first. And this is for any person that is going to try to get into, we're going to talk about rideshare, and we'll talk about the components of rideshare, and then we'll talk about, everything else that goes into that. But first, we're going to talk about the components of the food delivery and anything that you have to go in and look like a merchant when you are picking up. Deliver with Taz says Long Beach is my hometown. Let me tell you this. The Roscoe's right there. The Roscoe's right downtown. My brother lived the parking lot right across the street. The apartments that's directly behind the parking lot that you can see right next to the spot right there where you can go ahead and get your Bloody Marys. You can get them right up the street. Look, man, oh my, Nectar Juice Bar. Look, I'm all up and down there, all the cafes and all of that. Let me tell you, if you are in Long Beach and Long Beach is your hometown, well, if it is your hometown, it is like the superest metro area. You will get like 6 orders like in an hour easy because you'll be dropping off from floor to floor to floor. But people, this is what we're going to get into. When you go and you start off on food delivery, people, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Okay. First thing that comes to your mind when you're going to do food delivery. People are going to be like, well, how much money can I make? All right. Yeah, this. How much money can I make? Where do I drive is going to be the next one. Where do I drive is going to be an important one. Okay. Where do I drive? But if I'm going to drive, what do I need to do the job? That's the number one thing. What do I need to do the job? If you work at a W-2, they give you a paper and it tells you what you need as far as your work attire. Tell you dress code, certain shoes, all of this other stuff, right? They give you that when you work at a W-2. But at this job, you are working for yourself, okay? So what do you need for yourself? There's no one giving you a paper and telling you. Well, what we have is a perk spot where you can go ahead and look, yes, or you can just look at other people when they do the job. Okay, if you look at other people that do the job and they don't have anything and you think that they're making it just like that, chances are the people are going to be follow the leader, which means that they are going to go ahead into the job to not want to get anything either. Let me tell you guys this. Equipment, number one thing you must have if you're going to be doing anything that causes or makes you have to do any type of transport with your logistics. Your equipment is going to be key. Okay? What I mean is, if you sign up and you don't have, let's say, the normal carrying bag that they have, and you say that, well, they didn't give me any. They didn't have it when I signed up. So if they didn't have it when you signed up, does that mean that you are not supposed to have it? Just think about that. If you need steel-toe boots to work in the warehouse, and when you went to the place where all the steel-toe boots are you going to say that since they didn't have them there, I'm not going to find any anywhere else? No, you're going to go find your steel-toe boots somewhere else. Where can I get my goggles? Where can I get a hard hat? Where can I get knee pads? Where can I get an apron? Where can I get a receipt tab or an order tab where I can take orders down? You have to understand that these things are key when you are doing your own business. TFT said he's grabbing some Chinese food for him and the wife. I'm gonna tell you guys this. Yesterday, I made some smothered pork, and what I did was I made chile verde, but I like Indian food also. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna see if this tastes right. I got my curry powder, went and did my thing, and I made a curry with the pork, the verde with the curry mixture there. Put that on the bed of rice, and it was bomb. But enough of that. TFT is in the building. We got a good one today, people. We got a good one today. Now,
I just thought I'd pop on right quick before I head home with the food for the wife. I show off my little box here. You see, I got the sign to help me for parking, and it's like throw on the front dash. It's just a little cheapy generic thing I purchased off of DoorDash. But we got the box itself. It's got separated cup holder, thermally lined. That's my daily driver box.
People, now check this out. And that goes in right to what I was gonna say. I was gonna go into your equipment. So if you don't have that bag, shame on you for not trying to go and get a bag or get a box or something.
I bought this little guy. He got the support frame in there, so it's nice and sturdy. I can carry up to 2-3 orders depending on the size with this thing. I've got 2 pizza bags right behind my seat, and you all know I carry the catering bag out there in the back corner.
Right.
And then, of course, my little ice chest with my drinks and supplies. But, and then, of course, dash cam.
Dash cam.
That's actually a ride share style, but, which I can't.
Well, that dash cam is key.
But
that dash
is a very key piece of equipment.
Especially if there's an accident or if someone does something to you, you are very prepared for what you got to do. But you had something that was excellent there, and I was going to get into, the different types of bags you can get. Now, people,
I also have a space blanket too.
Just space blanket. See, people, TFT's got it all. Now, if you are trying to do the food delivery thing, people, you got to understand, like I said, which one are you trying to get into? What type of deliveries are you trying to go ahead and do? You got to figure all this stuff out. Now, the best thing to do is don't rely on what they give you and just say
never.
that's good enough.
I mean, I
Never.
think I used that little
Go ahead.
itty bitty DoorDash bag they gave me for maybe my first 3 or 4 deliveries. And then I tried to avoid hot stuff for a little while until my box came in, and which is really hard to do. So I was trying basically cherry picking just for shop and deliver orders.
Just for shop and deliver orders because you felt like you weren't adequate to do any other
I
orders.
felt that, or the extremely short distance trips. You know, like 1 mile, no more than a mile.
Right.
Because I did not want my customer to get cold food. So I'm sitting here doing everything I can to keep it as hot as possible in the cab of my truck, which means I'm dripping sweat here because my heater works great. I've actually tested it, sat here with the heater on for about 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, that my heater is pumping out 120-degree air.
Oh yeah.
I point my heater vent straight to the food to keep the hot air blowing on top of it. So hopefully it'll stay a little hotter than if I just left it alone.
Yeah, trying to go ahead and do that. But here's my thing about that. What's up, T Money? I see you in the building there. Here's my thing about that. And this is why, if you are a new driver, you might get into a vehicle and then say, hey, well, let me turn my heater on and do that. You may do that, and then you're going to be like, man, I hate being hot in my car all the time. Well, here is where the equipment that you need is going to help you out. You see that box that has the cup holders there, people? You know that if you are going to be doing food delivery, you will be getting orders that have drinks. You may get an order to where they have 3-4 combo meals in one order. And guess what? Your 2 cup holders in the center console, that might work. The ones in the side doors may not be able to hold that 32 or 44-ounce drink that they ordered because they ordered that large one. Guess what, people? The box that he has that is thermo insulated. He's got the cup holders down there. He can set them down. He can put 6 to 8 drinks in there and still have
mediums,
room.
8 medium drinks or 5 large.
8 mediums or 5 large drinks, because with the large people, we got to put that space in between to make sure the lids aren't going to be hitting each other. People, we are just, all right, new drivers, you got to understand that. That was a tip. When you get your orders, people, and depending on what you have, don't stack up the large orders, the large drinks right next to each other, because depending on how secure your car is, on how it moves, those drinks could, hit the lid and one can spill, and then you get a spill in the bag. You got to drop it off. That can affect your rating and your tip when it goes to a customer, and they're going to say that their food was tampered with if they just were in a bad mood anyway. So understand that.
Had to happen.
Yeah, separation of the large drinks is very, very key. But you can only really do that, people, if you have the proper equipment. So when you get into this job, you have to think, when I order food and I'm standing outside, what do I see them walk up with? Now, when you have seen someone walk up with the gear, you know that, dang, they have my stuff right. That means you should have that if you were going to think about doing that job also, because you satisfied with that person that dropped off your stuff because they have that gear. You have to go ahead and get that gear. The reason why you go ahead and get that gear is because you are your own boss. This is your own business, and you have to purchase your own equipment. You can write that off and use that for your taxes also if you are a brand new driver. Don't be afraid to purchase your own equipment, and don't be afraid to do any of that. Equipment is going to be one of the main things. Now, what TFT went into was my next part. I was going to go into the visibility. You have to be visible. You'll see TFT. He's wearing the DoorDash hat now. You'll see DoorDash Revolution. He'll have on a Grubhub hat, a DoorDash shirt. He is visible, so when he walks in, they know exactly who he is, so they don't have to waste too much time when they have to go in and check in with the people. Now, let me tell you, when I mean the people, the merchants. If you are a new driver, The merchants are your best friends. They are the people that you work with every day as your co-workers and your employees. Your co-employees. These are your co-workers and co-employees. When you are visible and they know who you are, you walk right on up, you address yourself, you let them know, they will let you know how many you are down or if they even received it in the tablet first. Now, people, you may be a new driver and you may have been going and picking up orders and you have seen, well, I walked in and these other drivers are getting their orders first. They could be on different apps, which means that the people could have ordered before you anyway. But secondly, you don't know what communication issue was going on with that certain app and that particular tablet. So that's why it's so good to go up, be up front, check in. They'll tell you we haven't got it here yet. Then that'll let you know, let me check my phone and see what's going on. Then you'll check back up. They'll let you know. And if something is going on, that's when you just say, hey, well, here's my order here. They will either make it right then and there because it did not get into the system yet, and they know that it went through. What they will do is they will ring the order up. They will make the order. They will keep the receipt. Then they will keep that. So when they have to give that to whatever the service you are delivering with, they're going to give it to them so that they can make sure they get their money and everything goes accordingly. You have to understand this when you are a new driver. When you don't understand this, you'll walk out on orders that you have accepted, okay, and everything else. But let's just stay on this visibility.
I was going to say, another side on the visibility is you also know I've got the 2 DoorDash logos on the back windshield of my truck. You also know, since I got it from you, the LED sign in the front windshield. That helps mark me out for not only drive-through, because they may not pay attention to my hat, but they'll see the sign. It also helps the customer identify me as I'm rolling up.
Exactly. And people, visibility on both ends. Pulling up to a place where you are going to do your thing as a new driver, there's going to be places where you think you cannot park, but you absolutely can if you are visible on your vehicle and you are visible with your gear that you have. You can park wherever, delivery, UPS, FedEx, you are able to do that. Just don't park in the middle of the street and put your hazards on. You don't have a big enough truck for that. You're in the car.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Don't do that. But you can park in the loading zones and all the quick zones, and you can even go to the back in the alley.
Any colored lane don't matter.
Yeah, you can park in the alley where it says loading and unloading. As long as your vehicle is visible, just put your hazards on while your car is visible, and you can be able to do what you got to do. When you get to the customer's home, now they could be outside already, and multiple cars have been going down the street. You are visible there. You have it lit up there. He talked about the lighting there, the LED. They can see it flashing there. He has the placards on the truck. So what that does is it lets the customer know, hey, and you know what this does? It lets the customer know that they're going to have a pleasant experience because you are visible. They're going to be like, okay, this is my business person here. Let's go ahead. And then that's when you finish the job with your customer service and everything else like that.
Seal that deal 9 times out of 10. Well, I wouldn't say 9 times out of 10, but at least about 50% of every customer that's met me outside or even come to the door when I arrive, about 50% of them because of my equipment. And I can guarantee it's because of my equipment, because I can see it in their faces. I can see it in their faces. Like, what? He's not just carrying it in his hand? And it's like, I was like, no. I've even told him, like, no, I got to take care of y'all because you're the ones who are paying me.
Now check this out.
For you, I don't have a job.
What they don't understand, TFT, is when you open up that box and they see all those drinks in those individual cup holder slots. That is the people don't understand. That is the winner right there.
It's a shock and awe factor on that.
Yeah. You open it up, they're like, hold up, all my drinks are what? And tell me if this is not true. When you deliver and you pull out your, I miss Big Bertha Utilda May. I destroyed her by trying to hold water on top of her doing a Walmart. And I'm so mad. I'm so mad. But people, let me tell you this. I guarantee he hears this. He hears this right here. Where'd you get this from? Do they give that to you? Or do you buy it
all the time? Like DoorDash give you that? No.
Yeah.
They give me that cheap, chintzy little shopping bag. I wouldn't pay money for this.
Now, people, when they ask, when a customer is asking the driver that, you did not say a thing out, but you did not say a thing outside of, hey, hello, or they looked at your equipment. They engaged with you. When they engage with you and they are impressed by your box, oh, do they give that to you? And you let them know, well, this is how I take care of my customers. This is my business. You go ahead and give them that little 15, 20 seconds there. I guarantee people, you are getting extra. They may even say, hey, hold on up. They'll go inside and come back and give you a tip. Let me give you a story, people, just to confirm this right here. I went to a person's house. I had Big Bertha Utility May with me. I got all their stuff inside. They had 3 2-liters from 7-Eleven, some pizzas. I even had the Slurpees inside there and the chips. All right. Big Bertha Utility May. I walk on up with that, and there's already a DoorDash driver there. The guy comes out the house. I'm wearing my Dodger hat. We spoke about the Dodgers, and then I opened it up. He said, "Man," he said, "That's you?" I said, "Yes." Now, he said, "I like your setup there." He said, "Hang tight." Now, the other girl was still at the door with me. He's talking to me, though. She's thinking that he's talking to her, too, but she ain't wearing no Dodgers, and she's not communicating. So she stays at the door like an idiot, all right? He comes back, gives me $20 in a cash tip, and I say, "Thank you so much." We talk about the game. I drive off. She's still standing there like he's about to come and give her a tip. She didn't have no equipment. She came out there with it, just carrying everything out there, people. There are people that pay attention to all of that. This is a true story right here. I go to that person's house all the time. Go ahead, TFT.
Yeah. I go to this person fairly regular, about 2, 3 times, 4 or 5 times a month. They always see me. They never come to the door. But the first time I delivered to them, I had my equipment with me, brought all their stuff. I don't remember exactly what they ordered, but I know it had like 3 drinks in it, a couple bags of food. I brought it up the door. They never came out, never said a word. Well, it was like I'm sitting there, setting their food up for them, all nice and stuff. They had a little table. I made sure I put it on the table. I didn't want to leave it on the door, hanging either sitting in front of the door or off to the side when I got a nice little table to put it on. So I was like, I set it all on there. The next thing I go, as I'm getting back to the truck, I haven't even marked the order complete yet because I usually do that as I'm walking away. I get a text from, "Hold up." And I was like, I stopped. And it's like, what, did I forget something? It's like, no, the straws are there, everything's there. And it's like, because I was looking at the picture, getting ready to hit confirm. And he come running outside as I start to turn back towards the door. He's like, "I want to say thank you. I saw on my cameras that you have all this equipment. You took care of my stuff for me. You set it all up on my table nice and neat. You didn't just throw it around, leave it at the door right in front of it and blocking my doorway like I've had 5 other people do in the past month." It was like, I appreciate you. I see that you actually care about us. And he handed me $45.
Ooh, $45 spot, people. $45 spot. For those of you who don't know,
that's on top of the 20 he already tipped in the order.
Right on top of the 20. Ooh, 65. People, look, if you are brand new to HotFacts, I haven't done a ride along in a long time, but when I do a ride along, people, I will do tip alert, tip alert. People, when you get tip alerts, that's the customer giving you extra on top of the job you were already doing. I have videos of people with me getting $100 tips. Okay, cash tips. Yeah, I have videos up on my channel here, people. For new drivers, if you would like to see, just go to my page and type up $100 tip. You guys can type the things up and verify what I am saying. I have done it all, and I've been showing it here. Now, we spoke about the visibility and the equipment. This is what it can do, okay? On top of being visible, having your equipment.
Oh.
Okay, people, you have to be verbal also.
Oh yes.
It is a
You must
communication
announce
job.
yourself.
You have to be verbal. Go ahead, TFT. I'm gonna let you take this one.
For FYI, there's one that I'll show that my catering bag also has the support frame. That's a towel on there just to help soften the bottom, and it's got the 4-cup holder on the side.
Yep.
I've never had to use the cup holders for much of anything, but on occasion I've thrown some like ranch dip cups and whatnot, because each one of those are also thermally insulated.
You got all the cup holders. He can handle anything.
Well, I'm actually still looking to buy a dedicated cup bag.
Now let's talk about the being verbal though. Let's talk about being verbal. You and your communication, being verbal, people, it goes into communication. Communication is the key if you're going to try to decide to step into this realm. Now, we get a lot of people that say most people, all they want you to do is just go, drop it off, and then leave. You have to be verbal with customer service. You have to be verbal with the merchant. You have to be verbal with yourself to ask yourself, did I make sure I did everything? And then you got to be verbal with the customer, meaning before the order, during or after. You have to be verbal with the customer. If you are not verbal at all, it can cost you. Now we get
for the most part, like myself on the late night deliveries, 9 times out of 10 customers don't want to be talked to.
Yeah.
So it's like all they want us to do is drop it off at the door and get the heck out of there.
No, but what I mean is if there's a mistake, let's say there's an issue with the order. Let's say you get there and they tell you, hey, you know what? We don't even have this, but they told you last minute. No, you have to verbalize that and communicate that with the customer just to say, hey, let me see if the customer wants to substitute and see what you guys can substitute for. You have to be verbal. That's what I mean, people. I don't mean just bugging the customer or anything else like that, because if there's something wrong with the order, you have to communicate and verbalize that. Now, here in California, I put up a short, people, to where it says that you must ask for your utensils and everything else. But when you are doing an order, sometimes when you're doing it and you got to click the thing and it clicks those little bubbles, the people forget that sometimes. And then they'll just text you as the driver and say, hey, can you make sure you get that, because they forgot. Because check this out. If you, I'm gonna lower TFT down until he comes back. If you don't get those, the customer, when they ask you, the customer will see like they didn't even give me anything. But most customers don't know about the state law, and most customers don't read that note in the app. They just do the food part, they go and pay, and that's it. Then when they go back and check their order, maybe they'll figure out, dang, I didn't add no utensils or anything, because they'll see that note. That's when normally they will text the driver and they'll ask the driver, can you make sure I get this and that? Here's where, if you are a new driver, do not neglect that at all. I have tons of ride-alongs and tons of videos where you watch me specifying this. Do not neglect those at all, because you took the responsibility of the restaurant. And if they can't get in contact with the restaurant and you are the person getting there, they have to get in contact with you. Now you can obviously not do it, but let me tell you what not doing it is going to do. Let's talk about the consequences on you not doing with the communication on how they communicated with you and vice versa. Okay, and I have countless ride-alongs. You guys can watch my ride-alongs from day one and get it all. Okay, when you don't do that and the food gets to their location, guess who they are going to dock? They can't dock the restaurant. Well, they can make up that everything wasn't inside their order. They can get the food for free, and then the restaurant has to pay instead of gaining money, and the driver still gets paid but loses the tip. Or, okay, that's one option. Or they dock the driver, because that's the person who they communicated with. when it said that this is your delivery person. They will dock that person for failure to communicate, which means ignoring their question, because I know that if the line is very, very long, most drivers, new drivers, still do this too. If the line is very, very long and they tell you it's going to be this much of a wait, communicate that with the customer. But don't communicate with the customer every 10 minutes saying, oh, we're almost there. We're almost there. Don't communicate with them. I just picked up your food. They can see you on the app where you are sitting and everything. You don't have to text, I'm leaving the place. You are texting and communicating with the person too much, which can also make them reduce your tip because you're bugging them. Now, that goes for the customer all day. The customer is always right. We are in America, right? But when they ask you a request and you are the person that says it is my business, it's your job to make sure what you are dropping off is 100%, because that's going to secure your income and whatever else is going to be done after that. Now, if it's a meet at door, you can meet and speak. But if it's a text, leave at door, you can send him a text. I left it in the chair. I got everything that you asked for. Please leave me with the thumbs up in the app. That's all you got to text, and that's it. They will give you a rating because they see you followed everything and your business was all the way right. The minute you refuse to accept or acknowledge any of that, you are now putting yourself in the range to where your money can now be taken away. So now when you say, hey, I did not get paid what it said, guess what? They were not tip baiting or any of that. They were not tip baiting. Let me put TFT back up. They were not tip baiting at all. That's not what they were doing. They were just making sure everything went right. And when you did not follow through, they said, well, I'm going to show them how this works. So therefore, you got to do it the way you were supposed to do it, and don't follow no one else, because when you were going to a house, you were supposed to make the most out of every address you deliver to. If you are a new driver, please be taking notes right now. Please be taking notes. You have to understand these things, people. You have to.
That's why I keep telling people.
Now, we got one. Look, where did he get the cup holder bag? All right, people.
Which one?
He's asking, the sturdy one and everything. TFT said, which one? People, I'm going to tell you this. There are times here when we get enough donations in, I'll do a show and I'll order them and send them to you. And I still owe TFT a roller bag because I haven't even bought mine yet. So I ain't bought mine. So I said, oh. So, but people, when I get enough donations in, I go ahead and order these things. Now, you can go on Amazon. You have to do your own research. Here comes Ghost. I knew it. Here comes Ghost. I said it's open. I knew he couldn't resist. Yeah. My man Ghost is here in the building.
What's up, y'all? Hey, he was asking about the cup holder bag. All right.
Go ahead.
They both have
I made a cup holder bag out of a catering bag that I ordered off of Amazon, just the $15 catering bag. You go to Home Depot, you go to Lowe's, and you get 2-inch styrofoam, and you cut out your 8 holes.
Yep.
Boom. Done. You have a dedicated cup holder bag that will either keep those drinks hot or they'll keep those drinks cold.
And you said styrofoam?
Yeah, just a 2-inch styrofoam.
2-inch styrofoam, yeah. No, just like the portable igloos, if you going fishing, go ahead and get some of that styrofoam. Yeah, get something and put them things in there. People, you are learning something. Look at that, people. You see his shirt? He is visible. Yep. He's wearing a
my daily
shirt,
driver's cup holder, styrofoam.
Yes. Look at that cup holder there.
This is more than 2 inches. This thing's about 4 inches. But,
yeah. It's the same thing, same process. Yeah, you can do the same thing.
Yeah, You can even go to Home Depot or Lowe's and buy the materials to make the support frame that I have.
Woo. Now,
Gotcha.
Ghost,
Yes,
you've
sir.
been watching, and you talked about your 5.0 rating there, and I do understand that you know how to give some great service there. I know that you're doing it there.
Oh, yeah.
He said that's why I got a 5.0 service. Now, let the people know the area you are in, and let them know. Just let the people out there know, hey man, this is what I do, because I want this live. I want random people to just hop in, and I want people to give some knowledge on whatever topic we are going on to help someone that may be new so that they can understand. So everyone is teaching everyone, and don't no one know everything. We can all learn from each other. So go ahead, break down what makes you successful on how you do your thing.
First off, I'm friendly. Second, when I get the order, I come as the customer. So I want to know if my food is going to be delivered good in a timely manner. So I'm going to give them, the customer, the best experience possible. That's my job. When I get to a restaurant, I will let the customer know, a short little text. This is me. I'm at the restaurant. I'll let you know if anything else goes on. As soon as I get the order, I let them know I'm on my way. Thank you for your order. Thank you for your tip. Have a blessed night. Even if they don't tip, because you're putting a mindset in their head. Oh, well, I didn't tip on this order, but I got great customer service. I might need to tip on the next one I do. And always make sure you put your name in there. Always. And if they see you and it's a hand-off order, just say, hey, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Just go above and beyond. You know, we can sit there and call people. We can sit there and call people miserable human beings if they don't tip, but you're creating a pattern with people, and you're creating that level of business-ship and friendship with them. So every time you take a repeated order to that customer, they're going to remember that. It's going to be engraved in their head. It's going to be engraved in their mind. And they're going to be like, well, this guy's always treated me right. I see his name. He's bringing my order. Guess what? I'm going to hand him a $5. I'm going to hand him a $10 bill. I'm going to hand him a $20 bill. I'm going to hand him a $100 bill.
Right. I got a question for the both of you guys here. I want to get from the both of you guys. Both of you guys are two of my main men right here. I got two heavy hitters right here, people. You guys know about the heavy hitters in the on the videos you guys watch and the lives you guys watch. These are two heavy hitters that will take anybody down, and I'm glad to have him on. Both of them on my side. We're gonna talk about the communication between the driver and the merchant. Whichever one of you guys want to go first, explain the importance on how you communicate with the merchants when you're going to do your thing. All right, Ghost, raise his hand. You go ahead, go first, Ghost.
All right, so when I go to a restaurant, I don't immediately go into the server or the person that's in front and shove my face in their phone. One, that's rude. Two, you just walk in and say, hey, my name's Ghost. I'm here for an order for this. I don't tell them what app I'm delivering with. I deliver with many apps because us gig workers get looked down on the different apps that we do.
Oh, yeah.
And that creates an issue. But I just say, I'm here for this person, and that's what I need. If they say the order's not ready, it'll be done in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, you're going to see my face back up there. And I'm going to say, hey, look, you told me 5 minutes. Is it done? I had an instance last night. I'm not going to go into detail right now on your live. I've talked to DoorDash Revolution about this. I've got text messages that were sent to the owner, the CEO of a United States chain restaurant, high-end restaurant. I've got some major information. on how I was treated on a 4-item order last night. But going into the restaurant, just be plain and simple. I'm here for this order. If it takes a little bit longer, go into your app, say, I'm waiting for, go into the help section, go to the chat section and say, long wait time. You do long wait time in the chat section, it will protect you from customers giving you a bad rating. You protected yourself. You have to do the steps to do that. And I can speak more on that, but there's ways to protect yourself if you know that you're in a quote unquote sticky situation or a situation that you've got to wait a long time for this order and it's not beneficial for you. You didn't know that coming into this order, but there's a way to protect yourself.
All right, now TFT, I want you to piggyback off that and go into the attitude aspect, because he didn't go, because with all that other stuff he saying there's an attitude that's gonna come on a driver. You go ahead and break that down.
Personally, all attitudes need to be checked in your car. You walk into that door, you walk in calm, professional, and courteous. You do not disrespect merchants by any means. If they're extremely busy, you wait a minute. They'll look at you, you get point at you, whatever you're wearing, or just flash your phone at them right quick, and they'll know they're here for an order. If they're extremely busy, let them knock something out, and as soon as they get a moment free, they will come to you and ask you what your order, who you're picking up for, or order number. Now, that's not always the case in every restaurant. Most restaurants usually aren't that busy, or they're acting like they're that busy. So you walk up, say, hey, I am so-and-so, I'm here to pick up order number blah, 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 or order for whatever the name is, depending on the case on each individual restaurant. McDonald's, it's usually always order numbers. At higher end restaurants, it's usually always by name. So it's like, and they'll say, okay, we'll check on that. They come back and they'll tell you a couple of minute wait, 5-minute wait, 10-minute wait, whatever the case may be. Let the customer know, kick back, wait.
Now let these new drivers know, now that we know that, let these new drivers know what can happen if your attitude is not right. And
your attitude ain't right, man. They'll wait and make you wait longer than absolutely necessary.
They're going to make you wait longer. They're going to take, in an instance, last night, the order of the restaurant that I picked up from, that order was not a hard order at all. It was 2 pieces of chocolate cake, a main dish, and 3 pieces of bread. That order, once I got the manager out and talked to her, that order was put behind the counter because the girls in the front didn't like me. And I was nice. I was pleasant. I said, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. Like what TFT just said, check your attitude. Leave your attitude in your car. If you know that's going to be a bad order and you've already got that issue in your head, don't take it. Unassign it.
Unassign it and go on out your merry way. Calm your nerves and go take another order somewhere else.
Right. Yeah. Go do a shop. Go do a shop and pay. Go do a shop and pay or something else like that, and then go. Yeah, people.
I got stories about shop and pay.
Well, here's what can happen. When you have the attitude not right, you can steal someone's dog 3 houses down. You can steal their $5,000 dog 3 houses down, and that's what a video I just showed. So people, you gotta keep your attitude in check. Yeah.
You let your attitude go unchecked, you're going to wind up doing something that you're going to regret.
Right.
Whether it's to
those are words right there, TFT. Those are words.
Either to the customer, to the merchant, to yourself.
Correct.
By getting yourself deactivated from whatever app you happen to be delivering for at that time. There's like for a lot of us who are doing this full time, like myself, I think Ghost does it full time. HotFacts here does it full time. All of us that do this full time, this is our living. So we know we have to do this right. Because if we don't do it correctly the first time, we're going to get blocked from that store. We're going to
Right.
get this, or we're going to have that happen. We're going to have customers leaving us bad ratings and reviews. And all
Great
of that
pivot,
stuff
TFT.
greatly affects us.
But great pivot, TFT, because he talked about the ghost. Goes, I'm gonna get right into you. Just let me go ahead and say this really quick, because you said the restaurant will give you that bad rating. Now, people, you got to understand, if a restaurant gives you a bad rating, they're going to reroute you to another place, even if that place has orders. Now, if you as a driver, you give restaurants thumbs down because of one issue, they are not going to send you back to that place. So you could be turning yourself out of certain zones and certain restaurants without even knowing it. So what I would say to anyone that is brand new trying to get into this, do not go and get mad at all the places you go into and start giving them thumbs down, because chances are you won't be getting no orders in the area where you are. And you're going to be like, well, how come I can't get orders here? So just understand that, people. You can have a bad day. Every employee does not have to have a perfect day. We don't have perfect days. We have road rage and everything when it happens. So now go ahead, Ghost.
All right. So I had, and this was Friday night, I had an order at 8:37 from a Zaxby's in my zone. Okay. This order was just under a large order. It was $93.75. And I told DoorDash Revolution about this. He knows about it. He's going to make a video on it. But the initial address, I picked the food up, didn't have to wait long, picked the food up, got half a mile from my drop-off. That customer texted me, "Oh, I'm not at that location. This is where I'm at." Okay, she didn't do a customer change, customer address change. She said, "I'm not at this location." Well, that location was 17 and a half miles from where I'm at.
Ooh.
Okay, so listen to this. I was in an area in the suburbs of Memphis, and that she wanted me to come all the way down to the University of Memphis campuses. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. I immediately called DoorDash. Called DoorDash. Well, long story short, I woke up in the morning. That night, DoorDash told me just drop the food off at that address that was listed on the app, and I did. I took a picture of it. But what covered my butt is I took a personal picture of where I left that food at, showing the apartment number, showing the apartment address.
Ooh, that's key.
I woke up the next morning and I had a contract violation. Within 5 minutes, I had that contract violation gone.
I had a similar thing. Somebody was traveling, staying at a hotel here in Fresno, California, one of the La Quinta Inns we have. They put in the wrong La Quinta Inn address. They put in one on the north end of Fresno. They were one in the south end.
Yeah.
I got all the way out there. Customer tried to change the address, but the app never took it. I called support. They told me take a picture of it there, just like they did you. I did. I took a picture with everything because on the notes it said to leave with the front desk. So I was like, okay. So I took a picture of it with the front desk. Right as I took the picture and started to mark the order as complete, the customer called me. So, oh, no, that's not the right hotel. That's the wrong one. I told the customer politely and calmly, it was like, this is the address that was listed in the hotel. Listed in the app, this is one I have to deliver to. Otherwise, I'm risking contract violations and everything else, a breach of contract. Okay, I understand. Say, can you still bring it to me? I'll give you some extra cash for the trouble. It's like, it was my last order of the day. I was going to go home after it anyway, so I went ahead.
Yeah.
I took the picture, took the food back with me, put it back in my box, drove it all the way to the La Quinta Inn, that happens to be not too far from my home, just a couple miles away. So I dropped it off, took it to her. She just texted me. I screenshotted the text with the correct hotel number. and the address, because after a little bit of time, you don't have access to those anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like I didn't put that
it's about
address
30,
into my
35 minutes.
Yeah, give or take. Put that into my GPS, drove to that, looked went to inn. She didn't put in a room number, but she did include her phone number. So I called her when I got there. I said, okay, I'm here at the front office. And I said, thank you so much. Could you have, it's a little cold out. It was like December. So I was like, would you mind bringing it towards my room? I'm over here on this end of the building. Sure, not a problem.
Yeah, you're
I
already
drive
there.
over there. Drove like 30 feet down the parking lot. Pulled up to her front door and give her a little knock on the door and say, hey, DoorDash with your food. And she come out and handed me, it wasn't a lot of money, but I think it was like 15, 20 bucks for the trouble. It definitely covered the gas I used to go from the one hotel to the other. It was like, I was thankful for that, appreciative of it. And she did paid tip well in the app. The order was like an $18 order in the app. So it's like, I got like basically 30, 40 bucks to do right by the customer.
Right.
Well,
She left me a 5-star review and everything on that behind that.
Yeah, well, I've got a question to ask you, California guys.
All right.
What is your normal order that we would see here in the Midwest on pay? Our normal orders are between $5.75 to $10.25.
Now, for me,
I know out there on the East Coast, West Coast, I've been out the East Coast dashing. Robert, I'm letting you know I'm coming out to California here soon.
All right.
But I'm just trying to get a basis of the markets of what per capita income that people make and what they tip on their orders.
in my zone, for instance, my average orders usually range between $6.50 all the way up to about 15 to 20 bucks.
And what type of restaurants are those? Are those 1-star restaurants or are they 5-star restaurants?
Well, the like 12 and up, $12 to $20 orders are usually the 3 and 5-star restaurants category. The about $10 to $6.50 or so are usually like your McDonald's, Taco Bell's, Arsenio, little Mexican restaurants.
That's basically the same what I'm seeing here. So, that's just a question I had to put out there. You've got 1-star restaurants, you've got all the way up to 5-star restaurants.
Yeah, we have all that.
That information needs to be put out there.
Well, yeah, I'm going to read you off some orders right now. I'm going to read you off. I went out earlier. I did 7 orders earlier. And the 7 orders earlier, I did 2 hours and I made $55 in 2 hours and 2 minutes of active time. Like I said, people, I turn my app on as early as like 5 a.m. Nothing happens. So my online time is going to be way longer than when I actually start. But I'm going to let you guys know this.
Matter.
My first order was $8.05 and it was 1.8 miles. All right. $4 for 1.4 miles. $8.09 for 3 miles. $8.08 for 4 miles. $11.63 for 3 miles. $6.52 1.4 miles. $4.67 for 1 mile.
You're averaging about
I hold up. I got it's showing me I got a tip just now. There's a $5 tip. I got to figure out which one that came on right now because now that's going to change one of those to a little higher.
I've got some questions to ask you offline about Uber Eats.
Okay. Yep.
So now, you got my number. You give me a call.
Now I want to ask you guys this because TFT went into, some people might say my gas mileage. So if you are a new driver, and I understand that we hear about inflation and everything else like that, you guys may want to be knowing about gas. Gas is going to be different wherever you live and how much it is. You just got to deal with that wherever you are. But
how much is the gas where you're at right now? And HotFacts, how much is the gas where you're at just for regular unleaded, the cheapest gas?
Yeah, the cheapest gas station I have in my market right now, without any extras like upside or anything like that, is $4.99 a gallon.
In Memphis, Tennessee, I got gas at $3.03 a gallon.
Yeah, my cheapest in my area is $5.05 for the unleaded, and it's $5.45 for the high octane. Now you can go to Chevron. If you go to Chevron, though, Chevron's going to be in the $6s.
Oh yeah,
still,
even here,
Chevron's going to be in the $6s. But
Chevron gas here is a regular unleaded at Chevron here is $6.11.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dear Jesus.
If you go to like Valero or Sinclair, it's like $4.99.
Right, exactly. Valero, the Arco. We have the fast strip people. You guys have saw what I did.
got that.
They're on Gas Buddy here. They knock the gas out of the park. Now we get people that don't like to go to these gas stations because they think that the gas is gonna run out fast. But I do deliveries, and I know that gas don't run out like that because I'm not driving these crazy miles doing these orders. You know what I mean? And this is where people, you got to understand, if you are on Uber Eats, if you are a new driver, you can star your favorite place when you get the order so that you are keeping yourself in a bubble to work in that area. Now, once you do that, you work on the restaurant that you are picking up from to work on your relationship with that restaurant. So they give you a thumbs up too. So now you just connected the dots right there, and you do that in your own area. So you are staying in that and knocking all those orders out. I make a killing off of doing that.
Unfortunately, our system on that is a little different. We got to have the merchants and the customers give us a thumb up, 5-star rating kind of thing. And unfortunately, so many merchants all over my market, which my market is huge. I got so many merchants giving me thumbs up because I take care of their orders and take care of their customers, which vice versa become mine because I always fancy myself as an extension for every company I deliver for.
You're an extension of that company.
That's what I fancy myself as an extension of that company. Yes,
well,
I am my own business.
The contract says when you sign as a delivery driver, when you hit the accept, when you read that stuff, it's right there.
Yeah,
you're an extension of those restaurants.
From the day I started dashing, I've always thought of myself in that manner. Whether most dashers do or not, that's a different story. But I've always thought of myself that way. And I've had many managers come up and say, man, why you got all this equipment? I don't ever see any of these guys bring it. Because I actually care about not only you, the merchant, trying to make you look good so people order more from you. I also want the customer to be taken care of.
Ooh, key point. You want to make sure that they keep ordering. Yeah, you want to make sure they keep ordering. That's longevity for you. That's longevity.
So that means I get more orders.
Look, TFT right here. My hat is off to
you too, my sir.
He said, my hat is off.
Now, I got a question now. I know you put it in just as good as I do, if not better.
Well, since we're on this gas thing here, what do you think for now, just remember, people and guys, that we're trying to educate new drivers to give them all the information that they can get before they even start doing their thing. What's the bottom line as far as should someone be looking at dollar per mile or the dollar amount per order? Let's say time frame. Should they be looking at time and money, or dollars to miles? Go ahead.
All right. If you don't mind, TFT, I'm gonna take the stage right now.
Go for it.
So one thing as a new driver, you gotta look. There are apps that is going to give you benefits and give you cheaper gas prices. You have to look in the area that you want to deliver, not that you have to deliver, that you want to stay in. Pilot, Flying J, you can go and get this, and I'm gonna show a picture of it real quick, right here. Let's see if I can get it right.
We got haters in the room. We got haters saying that this is not good information for new drivers. You guys are haters. Keep going.
You know what? Those haters can come against me all day long. I'm going to give the information that is out there.
Mm-hmm. And
there
I guarantee you, they can hate on us all they want. They can hate on us all they want.
Yeah,
keep going,
Ghost. It's probably Pedro and UDM and all them.
Mm-hmm. Keep going, Ghost. Keep going. Keep going on the gas.
There's ways to save money. You got Gas Buddy. You've got Upside. There's so many apps out there that'll save you. And then the question you asked was, what dollar per mile should I take?
Mm-hmm.
Dollar per mile should be, is it going to take me to an area and I'm going to lose, but get another order coming back?
Mm-hmm. See, I look at several factors myself. It's never just dollar to mile or dollar per hour. No, those are actually afterthoughts for me. It's where's that order going?
Well, I mean, like, where's that order going? If it's a high dollar paying order and you take that order and you take it, are you possible getting a good dollar order coming back to where you were actually at, or
is it going to take you? Or is it going to take you to a boony spot? Or is it going to take you to the boony spot to where nothing happens over there, and then you got to drive back? Yeah.
Or is it going to put you in one of those areas where all you're going to get is a bunch of $3-4 orders for 5-6 miles? Right. That's what I said. That's one of my first thought is, where's the order going? Where's its drop-off destination? Is it a good area for me to be able to continue working in, or hopefully get an order to come back with? Then from there is where I go into dollar per mile and all that stuff.
Right. So out here in our market, my market, DoorDash Revolution's market. Sorry, I hit my vape.
But you all right?
No,
man.
But,
I smoked on the air 3 times last week.
Smoking right now.
You all good? You good, Ghost? Go ahead.
No, but what I'm saying is there's an area out here that there is. Okay, so if a lot of people that are watching, if they don't know, Memphis, Tennessee is the #1 district for factories, for delivery, everything. Go look it up. FedEx, UPS, Milwaukee Tool, their headquarters here. FedEx's headquarters here. So there's a lot of times all these factories, and with the county ordinances around here, they can't be within the county. They have to be out in a neighboring county. So there's one, we get orders that takes us all the way out to Byhalia, Mississippi. And you can look it up on the map. It's out there. There ain't no restaurants out there. They're good orders that go out there. Sometimes they're crap. But you take an order and it's maybe $17.55 for 6 items. You go out there, you deliver it, you have no order coming back. So I just cut my dollar per mile in half.
Right.
So your dollar per mile is what you need to look at. You need to look at, okay, so I got an order from Taco Bell, and it's $8.50. Mm-hmm. I have to go 2.5 miles away. That is $4.25 there. Is there another restaurant around that area? Are you going to get an order out there coming back to where you want to be? Because these apps, they give us hotspots. DoorDash gives us hotspots. Grubhub gives us hotspots.
Yeah, we got them on Uber also. Yeah, we got them.
Uber Eats gives us hotspots. Yes, that is where everybody is ordering. But what you have to take in consideration is chaos theory. And I urge everybody to research that chaos theory. We don't know where these orders are going to come out. We don't know how much these orders are going to pay out. It's all chaos theory.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody has anything to say about that, please bring it to my attention. But we can go out there, we can have the best numbers, we can do everything right, have the best customer service, getting thumbs up, 5 stars, and getting messages. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love you. We don't know. All we know is that when we turn our phone on, we get an order, and then if we take it, we take it. And then that's where the experience starts. Experience does not start with the first customer. Experience starts when you turn that app on. We're 1099 individuals. We create our path. If you want to create a good path, do right. You want to create a bad path, do wrong. And I can put some people's names out here that are doing that.
Let's stay away from that today, because we trying to make sure the new drivers can get a little bit of juice. They'll go ahead, they can go ahead and watch some episodes of Hot Facts and watch some videos and some things like that and figure out what's going on. They'll figure that on out. Now, we got people like me, for you guys who want to know. I take my orders. Now, my acceptance rate right now is at 85%. It's at 85%, people. I'm not at my 95 or things like that. You know why? Because now when I'm getting ready to be done, I leave it on to see if I can get one more. But when they give me some nonsense, I just don't even take that order, so it goes down, people. So I'm not going to be at 100% the whole time. So you do have to understand your picking and your choosing. It's not whatever someone else says wherever they are. It's where you are, where you live. So this is for new drivers out there. You have to understand where you live. You have to know the restaurants. You have to know everything else where you live. And chances are, before you want to start doing the job, I would just order some food like for a week. I'll order some food to see, what place comes to where I live and how fast is it and things like that. And you can actually be able to use that to get a judge on, hey, you know what? I order from this place and it comes pretty quick. I wonder how many drivers are here and all this other stuff. Now, if you are a driver and you want to see if the zones are hot or if the app is just telling you it's hot on the driver end, download the customer app, look at all the deals you get on the customer side, and then turn on your driver app, and then you'll be able to see, okay, this restaurant is over here, and then you can be able to figure out, all right, I want to go work over here right now. This is a very important key. Make sure you download the consumer app of whatever app you are driving for, and then download the other app so you can see it from both sides. What if it says it's busy in your area, is giving you the boost or the peak pay, but then you go on the customer side and you look like, this restaurant's closed, but it's giving you the peak pay and the boost. So you try to work in that area. Make sure you pull them both up so you can see which ones are working. You'll see which ones are giving out the biggest discounts for that day. It might be like one of the Pho Shacks or Pho restaurants. They may say you order this and you get something free with it. Well, they're doing that to make more people buy, which means that it might be slower there. And they are doing that to get people to go ahead and go, but no one is. So you got to make sure you guys are checking every single thing when you start your deliveries. Now, also, people, you got to understand, if you are driving a vehicle that's a V8, got yourself a gas guzzler, got yourself a rum, you try to be flashy,
You're not gonna make shit.
not gonna make nothing. So, people, if you are driving these vehicles, I've seen people in Escalades and they're doing these things.
I've got
I'm
3
like,
guys running
what are
around
you
out here in
doing?
Suburbans.
I'm like, what are you doing? I said, you gotta work all day. And
Right now.
Go
Hot
ahead,
fact,
bro.
right now, my car is down. I had to replace the power steering unit on my car. I had to drop the whole front of the car down, and I'm about $1,800 for my '05 Scion TC that I drive, and I'm driving my dad's F-150 right now. You know, let's see if I can switch this around, but I'm driving an F-150, big old Ford V8. I'm putting about $60 to $65 a gallon a day in this truck. And that's not your market. That's not TFT's market on prices. I'm putting about $60 to $65 a day in this truck. So how much are we actually spending on gas? That's the main thing. You have to look at, you're talking about new dashers. How much are you willing to take an order for? But how much are you actually spending? But you have to think of this. How much is the government, if you pay taxes, are they giving you back on your gas? Right now, it's 65.5 cents a mile.
Yeah, a mile, right? Yeah.
You're making money. I talked to a dasher the other day, and they did not know that you could deduct miles, and they've been doing this, and I know they've been doing this for the last 2 years.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
They
goodness.
had.
Bless his soul. Bless his soul.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do my own taxes. I know how to do taxes. I know how to claim everything from car parts to car getting fixed to closing. Everything. I know that. They did not have any clue. And I asked them, I said, are you tracking your mileage? And he said, track my mileage for what? And I was like, dude, I said, I'm going to turn you on to something. And I told him, I said, next year, I said, when you file taxes, you need to call me and I will file your taxes for you.
Oh, yeah, because this year is shot. This year, he's going to end up owing a whole lot. This year is shot.
Yeah. But, but new drivers out there, this is the episode for new drivers. Be prepared to go into areas that you don't want to go into, but be mindful there's going to be a good order coming out of there. Yes, you have the right to choose and not take an order, but also be mindful that in these apps, it'll hurt you. If you don't take that one order that you didn't want to take, it could have put you into something great. Like what Hot Facts with Robert Reese says, the first order you get, first order you take, it may lead to something great. But the main thing is pick and choose, but be mindful. Sometimes you have to lose when you choose.
Right.
But sometimes you have to lose when you choose. But that's going to put you in an area, that's going to put you into a market that is going to lead you to a higher level. You might get paid a little bit more that night. You might get paid 4 times what you expected to get paid that night. The most I've ever made, and I can put up documents on this, the most I've ever made was $1,185 in one night.
Mm.
And it was an 8-hour shift. Now, it was on an East Coast market, okay? But I can put that up.
Right.
You know, I'm live right now, HotFacts, with you. I'm the only one on live. Pedro, come at me. UDM, come at me. I will take your market down. I will show you the incapacity that you're doing in your market and what you're doing. I will come at you.
Now, new drivers, that wasn't for you. That was a personal message right there. When you start to learn what you're doing, people, and you become an expert, and you watch tons of videos out there, and you see a bunch of flaws, you know, sometimes you got to call something out, and that's what Ghost just did right there. Now we went over equipment. We went over being visible. We went over how you should handle the merchant, the customer. We went over gas right now. Talking about, we just went over some maintenance in the car. What else is there really right now that someone brand new? Well, people, I'm gonna go ahead. I got one. When you are all the way brand new, you may hear people when you go into restaurants, and what'll happen is this. You will hear people say, and other drivers, it's good to talk to all the drivers so you can hear what's really going on, because you might hear like 3 drivers in one restaurant, and they're saying, I hate coming here, but they are there picking up an order. They're trying to get you to not go there because that restaurant is a hitter. Okay, so number one thing is, do not listen to the other drivers when you go into a place and they are telling you, I hate going here, don't ever come here again. That, if you are a new driver, they are trying to get you to stay out of that area so they can make that money. Go ahead, Ghost. You on mute, Ghost. Let me see.
Yep. Okay.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, I'm here back. So what you were saying is there's areas that people don't want to go to. You don't know what these people are ordering. You don't know how much dollar amount is, and you decline that for $7.75. Okay, there's a person I can call out right now. I'm not going to putting way too much information out that DoorDash sees, hears, and they change their algorithms. You know who I'm talking about. But when you go out, you get an order. If it's $7.75 for 4 miles, take it. $7.75 for 4 miles, take it. If it took you 15 minutes to get it, take it, because you're going to get backed with another order. Yeah, it might not be great, but the first order you take is going to lead to something great.
Right.
And that's the thing. I'm going to back my man right here. HotFacts with Robert Reese. I'm going to back him. There's times that I didn't take the first order and I had a very, very, very crappy day. There's times that I took that first order and it was nothing great. It was your first order. Guess what? That order just got pitched to you from another driver. That order just got pitched to you from 5 other drivers. Nobody wanted to do the miles. Nobody wanted to do the, for what it was worth. And I see somebody that TFT, put them on.
Oh, yeah. He's right here.
No, I'm here, goes. I'm just don't have my camera up no more because I'm not on the phone itself.
I got you. But sometimes you take that first order. Sometimes, yes, it will be great. Sometimes it's going to lead you into a different area that you're not, familiar with. And then you have to refigure out what you're doing.
Ricky Knight in the building. What's up, Ricky Knight? What's up, my man, Ricky? I got you, man, Ricky. I got your stuff you sent me in the inbox too, brother. Don't think I'm not gonna bring it up. It's just, we go ahead and talk about this other stuff. I got you though, Ricky. One of a good person with hot facts.
I've got to get it. I got to give a shout out to Ricky Knight because he's always protected your channel and protected everything going on with these trolls and whatnot. But Ricky Knight, I got your back, brother.
Salutes, man. Salutes. You are a solid one. Rock solid.
But
and I can attest again to the first order take is today at $1.25 a mile and a half. If it was a tip, it's a low tip. No big deal to me. I took it. And it led me on a nice little chain where I hit order was $8.50. Next one $9. Next one $12.
Since you want a good run. Mm-hmm. And that's all we're trying to do.
Playing Pizza Boy.
Yeah, hey, it's all good. Now, a lot of you guys see that when I get on here, and you guys have heard that I'm the clown, I'm the this, I take orders, but people, I show you what they turn into. Now, you heard them make fun of my first one you get, the first one you take, because that could be the one to lead to something great. Now, let's go get it. It started off with a lot of people liking it, right? And then they went into, no, don't just do that. But people, remember when I said when there's 1, there's 10, when there's 10, there's 100, there's people that understand exactly why it is done. It's not there to set your whole, I'm going to have the greatest day of all time. But when you don't take it, you just don't know, man.
Mm-hmm. You don't know that's going to turn into.
Well, look, hot facts, I can tell you this right now. You never know what you're going to get until the first order you take.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I've had a very crappy day. I should have said something different, but I've had a very crappy day in the morning. But I came back out here, and now I'm getting nothing but great orders. So, new drivers, understand this. If you get a bad order that you don't know what you're doing, take it. Take it. If it's $3.25 for a mile and a half, almost 2 miles, take it. Because guess what? You're going to get an order right behind that.
Right behind it.
You're going to make what DoorDash says per hour on their social media. You will make that. But do those orders, do it with the professionalism that you have, and bring that professionalism of yourself. You're going to gain yourself in ranks, and guess what? You're going to get invited to the large order program. Mm-hmm. You can get yourself into the pizza program. Now, I'm working on Uber Eats right now. I've got 100% on Uber Eats. And hot facts, I've got some questions for you. So, like I said earlier, I really need you to call me.
Yeah, we got them. Look. We can go ahead and break you. Yeah, we can go ahead and but I know you trying to. Yeah, I know. He ain't trying to.
In our market right now, it is very, very hard. It's very hard with Uber Eats. It's very hard with DoorDash. It's very hard with Deliver That. And you can talk to your boy. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
In my area. He's scheduled all the way till the 12th of December. Yes. But there's a lot more information that needs to be brought out. But the thing is, do we bring this information out that these companies see and then come against us as delivery drivers? TFT, what's your thoughts?
Well, my personal opinion, yeah, a lot of the gig tubers are throwing out way too much information. That will impact us negatively, most likely, in the not too distant future. So that means the rest of us who are doing this full time and busting our butts need to adapt and overcome, which for people like ourselves, not going to be hard to do. You know, add another app into your mix, whatever the heck, whatever you got to do, work a little longer, whichever the case may be. Make use of all the programs and everything else.
Well, which is a good point for the new drivers right here, TFT, is you just brought up something that was very, very informational there. Said you may need to get another app. If you are a new driver out there, don't just go and say, hey, well, I see everyone just doing this app and this is the only one for me. Go out there and look, download them all. Sign up for them all and see which one might work for you.
So you know for a fact that I've got Spark, DoorDash, Uber. I'm also on with Point Pickup. I'm also on with Shipt. I'm trying to get in with Instacart. I'm on with a one called Skipcart.
TFT, be careful with Point Pickup right now.
No, I haven't used it. I'm signed up. I'm active, but I've never used it.
Yeah.
Just be honest. I looked at it for a week.
That's the only thing I can say.
I looked at it the week I signed up. And in my market, my area, it's honestly not really worth anything. So I've left it in incognito. And I don't even
it's
have
like GoPuff in my area, man. GoPuff in my area, those drivers just sit all damn day and they don't get. I'm just like, wow.
Rosie, GoPuff in my area is off the chain, bro.
Well,
see down here, all the Bevmo orders. The DoorDash and Uber Eats drivers get them because that's who the customers are normally used to getting them from. So like the GoPuff drivers, it's like you'll see the GoPuff drivers sit and you'll see the other drivers come and they're just getting them. The GoPuff drivers still sitting there. I don't know if they're getting larger pickups for when you are on GoPuff. You know what I mean? Like you may be dropping off for a whole party or something. I don't know if that makes it worth it. I don't know.
Hot facts. GoPuff out here. I have GoPuff on my phone right now. I can sign on to it. There is no orders within 450 miles of Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh wow!
So that just shows that these apps are East Coast, West Coast.
Mm-hmm. And there's not even so much West Coast, East Coast, because he's just down south of me, and I'm GoPuff here is like crazy.
Yeah,
I've done a few GoPuff orders, but my GoPuff is a bit different.
Ricky Knight just put this up. I know Cody put this up earlier, and I did see a video, like I think it was like yesterday or something, and the guy was talking about that they held his money on Lyft. $1,700 and all this other stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I saw that. I gotta see a recap on after they put out more things because to me, I'm just like, I don't know. I gotta see I just gotta see something else.
Yeah, hot fact. Can you read that post out that Ricky Knight put?
Yeah, he said, did y'all see the video with the Uber Lyft Phoenix? His DoorDash account got deactivated and they are holding his $1,700 hostage. That's really messed up. I've been subscribed to him for a while. Good guy. Now, here's the thing.
Now, speak what's on your mind.
The 1,700, I'm just, I'm trying to.
1,700. Okay, so if I'm gonna go and pick up an order from a restaurant, the highest delivery that I have done for DoorDash at a restaurant was $785. $785. So was he delivering from DoorDash's quote unquote new liquor store deliveries? Who knows? I have to put that out there.
Right. Well, we got this question here from L Cool J says, how has DoorDash and other gigs like this changed your financial situation? Did you find it helpful to have an opportunity such as this? Now, I will tell you this, L Cool J. I've been doing this since 2015. I am way before pandemic. Okay. Way before. This job can fix a whole lot of financial situations. It absolutely can. If you put your mind to really doing it and you don't listen to no one else, it's going to change your financial situation. Once you figure out your second app, you're going to have a second app that's going to work with that first app. Once you can figure out those and make that money without doing all the time that you were doing, it's going to help out in a long run. Trust me. Go ahead, Ghost.
All right. Respect on that, what you're saying. I left a management position in FedEx. I was making $75,000 a year salary. I am making over $150,000 right now per year. Now, mind you, it's going to be different after the pandemic left and everybody was scared to go out, they ordered their food. Mm-hmm. Yes, my salary has gone down, but I left a comfy job, comfy position to do this. And that's what I'm doing.
Yep.
As I've told you, as I've said before in other lives, I left a minimum wage grunt security position to start doing this full time.
Yeah.
And so I went from basically making about 26,000 a year to making 100,000 a year.
You can do it. But the thing is, by doing it is customer service. Yes. Customer service. You have to give customer service 100%. Mm-hmm. If you don't, you're going to get shit on. Sorry for my language.
No, you all right.
And like I've said before, you must invest in yourself.
Correct.
Get the equipment. Buy the equipment you must have to do this job right.
Well, thing is with me is I don't only invest in what I'm doing and invest in my equipment. I invest in other things. And those other things
that's a part of it.
Are making me money.
Yeah, invest in the stock market, invest in precious metals, invest in property if you wish.
Yeah, all of that stuff.
Start off at the basics.
It's a return income.
Right. And people return incomes you can switch those words to a residual income for some of you people who want to go ahead and figure that out right there. Corner Clubhouse, what's up? What's up? We're giving out some good jewels out here, people. We are at the 1 hour 49 minute mark. I got two of my main men right here. I was gonna tap into rideshare, but I'm gonna leave it at the food realm and what we are doing here.
Hey, Reese,
go ahead.
Can you get a DoorDash Revolution on here?
I thought he was gonna beat me on. He's probably a bit busy because I talked to him before I went live, and he said I'll try to go ahead and get on.
Yeah, let's try to get him on here. Send him a chat. I'm gonna send him a text message right now.
Let's see.
He's gonna have some good words.
Oh, I know. But I know he told me earlier he was doing some type of trying to get to something. He was going to some area.
Yeah, I hear you. I know where he was at.
Yeah, you. But people here, if you are brand new to the gig world, you are brand new to doing deliveries. We dropped a lot of jewels here. We have to take it back to the basics because everything has been clouded and people have been forgetting the things that really make you and really makes you your money. So we've been having a lot of things happen, and I felt that it was crucial for us to get back to the basics so new drivers can hear from other people. They can read the chats. We can answer some questions because there's people that are going to be joining now. And right now there's a transition on how they should be doing their work because of all the content that's going out there. So I wanted to just bring it on back. Go ahead, Ghost.
All right. So new driver. Accept the app, download the app, take your first delivery. That's the main thing. Take your first delivery. Remember what you're doing. You're a 1099 contractor. You're your own individual business. And you have to take that is, do I want to drive there to the customer's address and pick it up? Is it worth my time? Most likely on your first delivery, you're going to take the first delivery you get. It might be $2.50. You're in 7 miles. You're going to take it. But know that the understanding is there that you're going to learn and you're going to adapt with that app. Whatever app you're doing, if it's Walmart Spark, if it's through DoorDash, if it's through Grubhub, if it's through Uber Eats, you're going to adapt to those situations. What you have to understand is, do I take this? Is it going to put me in the right area? Is it going to take me away from my area? So how much am I willing to be paid to go out of my area and come back into a market that's already hitting and booming for that order?
Right.
Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Could you have declined the high dollar order and stayed in your market, your area, and gotten 5 of those low dollar, and it actually pays out more and you drove less?
That's where that trial and error is going to come. And new drivers, all we're saying is
trial and error.
Yeah, all we're saying, drivers, is when you go ahead and put your toe in that pool, just don't put your toe. Just go ahead and just jump in. Just jump in. Just jump in and go.
Jump in. Look, if I go onto my phone and I press accept, if I press accept, boom, I took that order. Do not decline that order, because one, if you decline an order, it's gonna show negative on you. You're gonna lose ratings. You're gonna lose everything if you decline the order. Just sit there, even if it takes 15, 20, 25, 35 minutes. Take that damn order,
See what it is.
deliver it, be friendly, and let them know the process of that order. We're third party. We're not second party. We're not first party. We are third party. Let them know the process of the order.
Now, also, people, you gotta understand this. When you go to a restaurant, and let's say if it was busy that day and just things were just not right, the computer system was not working right, the orders weren't going in, that doesn't happen every single day. So don't take that one experience and trash a whole restaurant. That it will be your biggest downfall. You will throw yourself away from good money.
It's the same thing when it comes to the customers. Just because you took an order, it may have had low or no tip, don't mean you shouldn't try and do it again. Because that next time around, that customer may tip in cash. 2, may not have had the money this time, but next time you get their order, boom, there you go. $5, $10 tip in the app.
There you go.
TFT, right now, my hat's off to you because you have the same terminology, you have the same understanding that I have with my customers.
Yeah, that's the
you know what? Look,
over half of my customers are repeats.
You done me once, or one time. You done me twice. Wrong. You done me 3 times. Guess what? I'm getting that benefit. I can show you on my app. I can show you because I take screenshots of everything. I can show you how many times I deliver to this customer, and my tips get better and better and better through these customers.
That's vicious.
No,
that's vicious.
Look, hot facts. What I'm saying right now is like literally, I can, and I'm not afraid to go up against UDM. I'm not afraid to go up against Pedro. I'm not afraid to go up to dudes in Charlotte, North Carolina. I can show customer responses. I can show repeated customers, and I can show tips.
Oh, hold up. TFT just sent me a picture I just saw. Man, let me tell you, people, when I was doing my solar thing, my home improvement thing, my sales rep that I had up there in the Fresno area, Clovis, Gordon, Mayfair, Fresno, Easton,
my zone is huge.
Kingsburg, Sanger, man, I've sold hundreds of thousands of dollars of up there and helped out people up there. Man,
I sent you that.
Bring that man out here to Memphis, Tennessee.
He sent me that at 3/23. I just saw it now because I was talking.
Yeah,
bring that man out here to Memphis, Tennessee. We'll sell him some stuff.
Yeah, I sent you that. You can see how big my zone is.
Yeah, no, you have a big zone.
Massive.
Yeah, massive. My sales reps, man. I used to tell my agents on the phone, look at the board and don't just book these appointments. We got 4 sales reps up there. They have to drive to all these places in their own vehicle. Don't set up an appointment way in Sanger. In Sanger, and then you got the dude in Kingsburg. You're like, no, or you know what I'm saying? Don't do a Gordon and then he's down there in Kingsburg. Like, no, we'll try to set them up. Try to do a Kingsburg, a Selma, try to make it so that they can actually do the job. TFT's in a big zone there, people. That's why he is getting it.
It's also only one zone. It's not broke up into multiples. That is only one zone.
Yeah, that's one zone. You got a good one there. Now we are up here at 150. We're at 158, 159 people. You know what it is. It's about time for the final words, final thoughts.
Hold on. Ghost had something he wanted to say first.
Go ahead, Ghost.
I just want to say, out there on the West Coast, what are your zones? When you sign on to DoorDash, when you sign on to Uber, when you sign on to Grubhub, and all the other apps, what does it show? Does it show 7, 9, 10, 15, 25?
All right. So
Fortunately, nowadays on DoorDash, they don't
go
let
ahead,
you see
TFT.
the entire state worth of zones anymore. It's only a certain mileage away from wherever you are physically located that you could see. When I boot up DoorDash,
That's different from what I can see, TFT.
well, I'm talking about
2
here
days.
in California anyway.
Yeah, but the last 2 days that I've signed on to DoorDash, I had to do an update. And there are zones here in the Mid-South, Memphis, Tennessee area that they change every day. One zone got bigger, one zone got smaller. So DoorDash is coming out with updates.
Oh yeah, the only thing that they've
individual
shown to me,
drivers.
Oh yeah, what they've
I'm
done
in
to
the
me
Palm
is they've
Springs
narrowed my
area.
sight. They've narrowed my view of what zones I used to be able to see, because I used to be able to see Bakersfield. I used to be able to see Moreno Valley as a listable zone for me. Now I don't. Now I only see zones as far out as maybe half hour, hour and a half tops drive away from where I'm at right now.
So
Yeah.
so 35, 40 minutes?
About an hour, hour and a half tops.
Yeah,
far
and
out
then
as I
mine
can
is
see.
different. So where I am, I'm in the Palm Springs. My zone is the Palm Springs zone. For Uber, it's the whole Palm Desert, but Palm Desert, that whole zone consists of San Bernardino, Riverside County, and it doesn't show anything in the Orange County zone. It shows
well, like hot fact, you're on the outside of the county.
no, I am in the all right. So the Palm Springs zone. So Palm Springs is in Riverside County, but
I know where Riverside's at.
But we have San Bernardino. We have all right. So I'll just put it like this: Big Bear, the city of Big Bear. Big Bear is all part of my zone too. That's San Bernardino County. So I have from Big Bear all the way down to a place called Temecula. And
I know where that's at.
Yeah, so I have all of that, but it doesn't go into Orange County now. It's split up though. Within my zone, it shows all of the hot spots all over the whole county to where you can go ahead and drive.
So I'm going to bring this back to your original conversation. New drivers, look at your area, look at your zone, look at what's hot, and decide where to go.
Right.
That is what's going to make your money. Yes.
Are those your final? Are these your final words, or is this before your?
No, these
words?
ain't my final words.
Okay. I'm just asking.
But look at your area. Look at your market. Look at where you're at and where you think. Because we can think, but we can't proclaim what's going to happen.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
Well, now we go get into some final words, and I'm gonna go to TFT because you just talked right now.
My final words are pretty much always the same. Stay true.
And he starts it off the same way, people. Every single time. That's my deputy. Let him have it.
If it works, it works, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Boom! Right there.
Well,
right there.
Might as well just leave it at that, I guess. That sounds good enough to me. But yeah.
Oh, that was a good one too. You made us both laugh too. All right, Ghost, it's on you. Go ahead.
All right, look at your area, look at your market, look what's going down. You know your area, you know your market, you know the areas that are hitting at that point. You know, due to traffic, you know what's going on. Make a educated decision on everything that you do. If you do not make an educated decision, you're going to fail.
Man, that is what it is. And people, all I'm going to say to piggyback off of that is my final words is this here. When in doubt, ask a question. When you watch your videos, you see some really good information out there, go ahead and ask whatever content creator the question. Ask someone that drives in your area that they don't do videos, but they have told you that they've been driving for a long time. Just ask questions. There are no stupid questions, okay? When you do not ask a question, when it has to do with you working for yourself, you can end up doing something stupid. So always ask the question. Here on Hot Facts, we have experts who come on here continuously. All you have to do is ask the question. We will help you out. You are not in this all alone. I've been doing it for a long time. How I learned, my brother was doing it before me. He was driving a long time before me, and I didn't even know. Okay? I learned, and how I got the first one, I got that from him. He's been driving since like 2014, maybe the end of 2013. All right? So ask a question. There are no stupid questions. We are all here to help. And just know that on Hot Facts, we leave no one behind. Because I'm always here to serve that food justice, y'all. And that was from the Lone Ranger himself. So without further ado, people, until the next caper, we out of here like Chuck Woolery in 2 and 2. Listen to these tunes and my theme music. K-Reach 007, big ups. Navy 380, big ups. Anyone that's new, I hope you learned a lot today. We out of here. In there like swimwear. Whoa. I forgot one thing. Actually, I'm going to make a short and do the question, and I'm going to have people respond. But I actually want to do a live video on what it is. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a live video on the question, I think. All right? Live. You know what? I'm going to spill the beans, people. I'm going to spill the beans. I'm going to spill the beans before I leave. I'm going to be going out on the street, and I'm going to be asking people this question right here. I'm looking for couples, and I'm going to ask women this also. Here's the question that I'm going to put up here. Then I'm going to make a short and put it up also. How many women wear bikinis and thong bikinis? They say, what? Just listen. How many of you feel comfortable with just going outside, going swimming in a pool and doing that? My next question is, if someone knocked on your door, would you wear your thong underwear and your bra and panties to open the door and just open it up to whoever comes to the door? Think about that. What's the difference? I'm going to be asking that to people on the street. What's the difference? How can you accept one and be ashamed in the other? All right, people. Now we out of here. Listen to my theme music. I'm going.
Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Gig economy. Robert Reese. News channel. Gig economy. News channel.